don't think people necessarily understand what happened last week with the Great America, Make America Great Again hat. What are you trying to do with the message you're sending?
Well, it was really just my subconscious. It was a feeling I had. You know, like, people were taught how to think. We're taught how to feel. We don't know how to think for ourselves. We don't know how to feel for ourselves. People say feel free, but they don't really want us to feel free. And I felt a freedom in, first of all, just doing something that everybody tells you not to do. I just love Trump. That's my boy. Like, you know, it's like so many rappers. You'll look at a video of Snoop Dogg loving Trump, but then he get in the office and now they don't love him. Like, Trump is one of rap's favorite people, right?
But we talk about this, that before he was elected president, people in hip hop, it was an in thing to put Donald Trump in your rhyme somewhere.
And by the way, I am in hip hop, but I'm not just in hip hop. I'm a black person in the black community, but I'm not just that. I feel like one thing is people try to minimize me to artists, hip hop, black community. Yeah, I'm always gonna represent that, but I also represent the world. When you hear about slavery for 400 years, that sounds like a choice. Like, you was there for 400 years and it's all of y'all. You know, like, it's like we're mentally in prison. I like the word prison because slavery goes too direct to the idea of blacks. It's like slavery, Holocaust Jews, slavery is blacks. So prison is something that unites us as one race, blacks and whites being one race. That we're the human race. Do you feel that I'm feeling? Do you feel that I'm being free and I'm thinking free?
I actually don't think you're thinking anything.
Oh God, time out. Time out. Oh God, had to pause this. That caught me about to spill water all over my computer. Lord have mercy.
Do you feel that I'm feeling? Do you feel that I'm being free and I'm thinking free?
I actually don't think you're thinking anything. I think what you're doing right now is actually the absence of thought. And the reason why I feel like that is because, Kanye, you're entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to believe whatever you want. But there is fact and real world, real life consequence behind everything that you just said. And while you are making music and being an artist and living the life that you've earned by being a genius, the rest of us in society have to deal with these threats to our lives. We have to deal with the marginalization that has come from the 400 years of slavery that you said for our people was a choice. Frankly, I'm disappointed, I'm appalled, and brother, I am unbelievably hurt by the fact that you have morphed into something, to me, that's not real. Bro,
now looky there.
Man. Bro, I'm sorry I hurt you.
You gotta be responsible.
No, I'm sorry I hurt you, bro.
Your voice is too big. You got.
Wow.
Kanye West gets it. He gets it.
Wow. And you know what?
You know, people are watching.
Wow.
That's a very important thing he's done for his legacy. It's a very important thing.
You know what? This is going to be something I'm going to need you guys to help me with, because I'm going to need your opinions below, because I'm so stunned. I would have never believed something like this. I love that brother for standing up at the end and saying what he needed to say and not being afraid to confront this man to his face and let him know that the foolishness that he's speaking has real world repercussions and real world consequences for people who don't have round the clock bodyguards or security or big gated mansions, etc. It's like, it's, you know what? And it's like some people are saying that Kanye is doing this to promote his album, but what he's doing is really dangerous and really, it's dangerous and it's detrimental to the rest of us. Those of us who are in the fight each and every day. Those of us who are not seen as worthy by Caucasians who come upon us on the street or in our yard or in a car or in a playground, who think that we're some sort of threat because they don't see us as one of the quote unquote good Negroes because they recognize our face from MTV. It's like we're the ones who are out here in this fight, and people like Kanye sending these very dangerous messages across that the rest of us have to clean up or have to deal with the repercussions of, because it's like him. White supremacists love the idea of something like this. Oh, slavery was your fault. Oh, it was a choice. You did that. There's this thing called white guilt. And there are people who feel guilty about what their ancestors did. You know, there's just so much. There's just so much, because you know that there's DNA memory. And so many African Americans have been descended with the pain of slavery in their DNA. And if we think about the flip side of that, on the angle in which we feel this ongoing generational pain, there's some people who feel this ongoing generational in their DNA supremacy, where they're looking for any reason and any excuse to be like, oh, what I did was not so bad, or oh, I'm not the sadist that historically I have been shown to be all throughout every colonized country. Come on, God. You know, it's like we've been terrorized in this country. Okay, so it was. You know what? I want to take a note. Oh, you know what? Let me get to the notes. All right. So Kanye says that he doesn't want to be minimized by being labeled as an artist. He doesn't want to be minimized by being labeled as hip hop, or being black, or this. And you know exactly what that means. He doesn't want to be pigeonholed into this box of hip hop. He doesn't want to be seen as black or urban, because it befits him, it behooves him to try to skate outside of that, to be like, oh, I'm more than hip hop, when hip hop is what made him who it is that he is today. And I don't know how many of you are familiar with his work from before, because people are saying Kanye used to be deep, that Kanye used to be about the cause. I don't know Kanye's music. By the time I came into contact with Kanye, he was singing songs like, I ain't saying she's a gold digger, this, that, and the other, broke nigga. That's when I came upon his music. So I don't know if he has some deep lyrics that I just don't know about. But you know what? It's like, this is so highly problematic, because there's so many white people that would love to skirt past their generational, ancestral contribution to the current situation that we have here in America. There's so many people who would love to just wipe their hands of it, so that they don't have to feel the responsibility or the guilt that comes along with what is happening in this country, the systemic racism that exists to this day. We're being hunted in the streets. We're being terrorized. We're being dragged into legal slavery in this country still to this day. And he has the nerve to stand up there. And then, okay, so he said something about the mental imprisonment. Yes, I mean, it's like, does he not understand how long 400 years is? When you're born into a system, when you're born into an existence where you are chattel slavery, that just becomes what it is. It becomes a part of your life. And then it's not like, yes, black people rebelled, we fought back, but we were met with brutality, terrorism, we were met with sadism, that we were lynched, we were murdered, we were killed, we were pushed back. I mean, look at what's happening today. I mean, how dare he? I don't even know. I'm fatigued. I don't even know what to say. I need your thoughts on this. I'm befuddled. People are like, oh, he's doing this to promote his album, but his words have lasting consequence. And Trump is talking about this is going to go down in Kanye's legacy. Yes, it will. This will go down in Kanye's legacy, that he's being known. I mean, he is a white supremacist dream, because he's saying all of he's saying key talking points, and I'm sure he's going to continue with this foolishness. I read this meme that talked about how you can tell the difference in how much a wife has to do with a man's evolution when you look at Jay-Z versus Kanye, and you see where Jay-Z evolved from and where he is now: husband, father, model citizen, giving back to the community. And then Kanye and this trajectory that he's on. If he was married to a vibrant, intelligent, connected black woman, do you think he would be out here saying these messages? And if I was Kim, I would separate, I would distance myself very far from her husband's messages. But then you know what? Can she really? Because he stood there and stood by her when she had her titty and pussy out the door on the internet. When she, look, I didn't see all... Only thing I ain't seen of this woman is her tonsils. So he stood by her while she was out there doing all of this, that, and the other. So I guess she's going to stand by him through this. I don't understand this. I don't understand this. I didn't even get to say half of what was on my doggone list. I just got sidetracked by the doggone foolishness. I need your thoughts. What are your thoughts on this? Kanye's, I don't get it. I don't get it. How, you know what? The sunken place. Quick. Somebody flash a cell phone light into this man's eyes. Tonya TKO. And I'm out. Peace.